Alright, JMC 6000 here, and what I have before you is another comparison video between the Ford Maverick and the Honda Ridgeline. Now, as you can tell just by looking at the front of these two things, the Ridgeline is a much bigger vehicle over the Maverick. Again, we all know this generation Ridgeline is 2023. It's based off the older platform of the Pilot. In fact, if you look at the front of the Ridgeline, it kind of has the looks of the older Pilot, between the headlights, the grille. I know the Ridgeline has its own unique hood and everything else, but it really has the looks of the Pilot. But let's go around and do a comparison of these two vehicles, and I'll kind of share with you my overall thoughts between the two. This is the side of the Ridgeline here. Again, 2023. Honda just updated the Ridgeline for 2024. We'll talk more about that once I get inside. And then let's look at the bed, because that is a controversial thing. First off, it's not a soft dampened close just like the Maverick. It's a hard close. And this is a very, very heavy tailgate on a $46,000 vehicle. It is not a hard close, and I'm very surprised by that. Or it's not a soft close, rather. And I'm very surprised by that. And then look at this. Look how shallow the bed is. I mean, yes, it's all covered and lined and everything else, but the bed is very shallow. Very surprised by that. The Maverick actually has a deeper bed, but the Ridgeline does have a party trick. As I lift up the heavy tailgate, where is it here? The Ridgeline can do that, which is pretty cool. Side opening tailgate, and of course it does have that doesn't seem to want to open right now. Whatever. That's alright. But anyway, it does have the spot where you got the extra trunk back here, and you got the spare tire and jack and all that. Whereas the Maverick is more of a traditional pickup. And let me show you the Maverick. Let me just show you the difference in... I mean, look how deep the bed is in this. But again, I don't have the party trick of the side opening tailgate or the trunk underneath. It's more of a traditional pickup. And I have to admit, my Maverick tailgate is a whole lot lighter. Back of the Maverick, my integrated dual exhaust on the side there. I do like how the Ridgeline has the dual exhaust on either side. It looks very nice. Almost kind of reminds me of a Dodge, a Ram 1500. By the way it looks. All right, let's go inside. Let me kind of give you, like I usually do, a backseat comparison as I go into my Maverick here. There we go. I'm in the back seat. You can see how much room I have, and then I have a little bit of a hump here in the center, and then you can see the back seat of the Maverick. Again, it's on par with, I would say, a Bronco Sport. No kind of difference there. All right, so let's compare with the back seat of the the seat is not to where my liking is, so let's do that. Let's adjust the seat. All right, we'll do the back seat last because I want to adjust the seat. Again, this trunk is $46,000, and there are some issues I have with that, but let me start it up real quick. We got the sliding back rear window. This particular model does have the sunroof. Don't need that on. This has the older Honda system, and of course the older gauge cluster out of the older Pilot, steering wheel, everything else. Very much when I look in this interior, I pretty much see the older Honda Pilot, and that's one of the issues I have with this truck. I mean, yes, I know the Ridgeline is its own vehicle and everything else, but when I look inside here, it just reminds me of an older Honda Pilot or the current Passport. There's not much uniqueness to this vehicle, to this truck, and you know, people can argue, well, this isn't a real truck. Well, I think anything with the bed is going to be classified as a truck, but you know, I digress. But anyway, what the issues I have with this rig is that, number one, it's not very unique. I mean, really, if you look at the Maverick, I mean, yes, we know that the Ford Maverick is based off of the Bronco Sport, is based off the Ford Escape, and I know it's built in the same factory as the Bronco Sport. And really what Ford could have done with the Maverick, they could have gave it the looks of the Bronco Sport, and they could have called it the Ford Bronco SUT, Sport Utility Truck, or they could have called it the Ford Bronco Courier, or whatever. But no, they actually gave it its own unique identity, its own unique looks. But when I come to the Ridgeline, all I see is Pilot. Between the gauge cluster, the dash, the old infotainment, this right here, I mean, it's the seats and everything, this center console, it's all like last generation Pilot or current generation Passport. There's no difference. There's no uniqueness to this thing for me. And yes, it's a great rig. It's a great truck. I have no issues with the way it drives outside of the adaptive cruise control. Can be really touchy. I don't know how else to say it, but it can be really touchy. But again, for 46 grand, we're talking about a vehicle. This is an RTL-E. For 46 grand, this vehicle is $15,000 more than my Lariat Hybrid. And let's just take a Maverick all-wheel drive EcoBoost, top of the line. You're looking at spending $36,000, $37,000. You're still almost $10,000 getting this rig more than what you would find in a Maverick. And I just don't know if it's worth it. The only benefit I see, if people love the way the Pilot looks, rides, feels, everything about a Pilot, then you're going to love this. If you love the current Passport, you're going to love this. But for me, I mean, it doesn't feel unique enough for me. And it feels like I'm driving around, it feels like I'm driving a Pilot with a bed. When I look out the front of this thing, all I see is Pilot. When I look at the dash, all I see is Pilot. And for me, I'd rather have something a little bit more unique than just driving around a Honda Pilot or a Honda Passport with a bed. So let's go ahead and compare the back room, because I think that's where the Ridgeline shines. Where the Ridgeline shines, and I'll show you, is the back seat room. Now, I got the seat kind of to where I like it. As you can see, a little bit more back seat room, but what's nice is this flat load floor is very nice. We have plenty of room back here, plenty of leg room. Even the middle passenger, you get your own air vents and you feel comfortable in the middle. I mean, it's so much wider than the Maverick. It doesn't even compare. So much more wider than the Maverick. And you get plenty of up front room, plenty of leg room in the back here. I mean, you can really lounge out in this thing almost to the level of a full-size truck. That's because this is, based on the Pilot. But I think this is where the Ridgeline shines compared to like the Maverick and compared to other mid-size pickups. Now, compared to other mid-size pickups, the room in the Ridgeline blows them out of the water. Doesn't matter if it's the new Colorado, doesn't matter if it's the new Ranger, doesn't matter if it's a new, even the new Tacoma. The room in the back of the Ridgeline will blow them out of the water. And yeah. Anyway, well, this is my thoughts and everything. If you guys have any questions or comments, please hit me up. Just wanted to do a quick comparison of the Honda Ridgeline. In fact, let me do another outside shot again. Again, we know that Honda has updated the Ridgeline for 2024. I believe they changed the tailgate to where instead of seeing the Honda symbol, it's actually spelled Honda inscripted on the tailgate. They added some different wheel options. They refreshed the front end. And they also gave it the latest in the, let me show you on the inside what they did for 2024. Again, different tailgate, refreshed the front end with different headlights and grille options. And then for the interior, all Honda did was update the gauge cluster to the latest gauge cluster that you would see in a lot of their many vehicles, with an analog speedometer and a digital tachometer with some other digital features right here. They finally updated the head unit. This is Honda's old head unit here. As you can see, navigation. This kind of reminds me of like a, let's view the map. Look at that navigation. Look how old that looks. It looks like a cartoon. Oh, it's hilarious. Kind of like a TomTom navigation system. Anyway, this is kind of older Honda, but they did give the 2024 Ridgeline a refresh, a light refresh, and they added a Trail Sport model. Again, you know, it helps to differentiate the truck, but at the same time, this truck is just, for me, it's not unique enough. I mean, if you guys love the Pilot, if you guys love the Passport, then you're gonna love the Ridgeline. And I think the reason why the Ridgeline doesn't sell in numbers that it should is because not only is it not very unique, but the price is astronomical. I mean, this model that I'm sitting in right here, you know, the RTL-E, it's not even the black edition or anything like that. It's 46 grand is the MSRP. In fact, let me show you the sticker, and I think therein lies the issue with the Ridgeline. Here it is, 44 with, sorry for the glare, and destination handling. You get them out to 46.1. I mean, therein lies the issue with the Ridgeline. Therein lies the issue with the Ridgeline. Anyway, well, this is JMC 6000. If you guys have any questions, comments, please put them in the comment section. Love to hear those. Let me do a once walk around, comparing the two. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for more videos. And yeah, man, I tell you what, the Maverick looks more like a traditional pickup, even though it is smaller compared to the Ridgeline. And you know, one thing I do hate about the Ridgeline, I will say this. So Maverick is not ashamed that it's a unibody pickup. You know, the bed and the body are one piece. It's not ashamed about that. Honda goes and does this faux cut line with this, you know, cheap rubber material. It's not even real. I mean, the rubber material is, but this cut line is not real to make it look more like a traditional pickup. Anyway, there we go. There goes the comparison between the Ford Maverick Lariat and the 2023 Honda Ridgeline. All right, again, if you guys have any comments or suggestions or anything like that, just please put that in the comment section. Love to hear back from you guys. And again, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification. We'll see you guys on the next one. Be blessed and have a wonderful day.